This is FIBA Podcast. Thank you for joining us in our morning daily devotion.
I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Jesus spoke this to his followers in John chapter 8 verse 12, and you will find a similar teaching again in John chapter 9 verse 5. It is very interesting to note that this particular teaching that Jesus is giving happens actually right before he heals the man who was born blind. This is to signify and to tell us that it is Jesus who dispels darkness. It is Jesus who shows to this world that when he comes in, darkness around us goes. Now, what is this darkness? There are different forms of darkness, right? There will be times when we feel hopeless. There will be time when we don't see a way out, time when we feel oppressed. There will be times when we cannot understand what is happening and everything is closed. And Jesus here is making this statement, I am the light of the world. And then later on, a very interesting thing also happens for that. Jesus later on says, you are the light of his world to his disciples. And this is for me very interesting that when the disciples and Jesus Christ walk together, what Jesus is saying is that you also would be people who shed light or who become the light, and you need to walk in those dark places giving hope to people. So Jesus, when he says, I am the light of the world, he's not only saying that he's the one who dispels darkness, but he's also saying that, you know what, when you are one with me, you would also have the responsibility to dispel darkness. And that is why he says, you are the light of the world. You are the people who are going to bring hope into this world. My friends, very often in our community, in our world, we think that we want to serve God by sitting in very comfortable situations. Let me give you an example. Many times we think that we can serve God in a church by going to church every Sunday or being involved in some kind of activity in the church, the worship team or a Sunday school or ushering, and which is all great. But one of the things I want us to understand that when we're talking about being the light of the world, we all cannot replicate the light of Jesus in comfortable situations like the church. What do I mean by that? Let's say when 100 people go to church, it symbolizes 100 candles. And if you remove one candle, does it make any difference? No. Because in a room where there are 100 candles, if you remove one candle, it does not make much of a difference. But if you take that one candle and go into a dark room, it makes the huge difference because it brightens up the dark room. We cannot be a light where there is already light. If we want to shine brightly for Jesus, we need to walk into places where there is darkness. You can be a light where there is darkness. And Jesus, who is the light, is going to empower us to do that. Throughout Jesus' journey, we would see that, he always talks about giving hope to people. He talks about dispelling darkness. He brings healing to people. All that to say, it is in line with what the Creator has done in Genesis chapter 1 verse 3. If you look at that, when he says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. Symbolizing the very hope that came into this world, our creation. And Jesus continues to take that further and says, listen, I am the light of the world. I am the person who brings hope. And the second part of it goes that you are the light of the world. That means you and me are called to shed light in the darkness that is there around us. So my friends, when you look at darkness around you, when you see evil around you, when you see oppression, bondage around you, I want to encourage you, don't get scared, because there is calling upon you to be the light. And the God who is the light himself will lead you through those dark situations so that you can be a blessing to people. You can bring hope, and you can, together with Jesus, say, together we bring hope to this mankind. Together we are going to be the light that dispels darkness around us.
Dear listener, we are here to stand with you in your time of need. We want to pray with you and for your prayer request. Do you need someone to talk to? We are here for you. Call us or send a message at +91 636 425 2164. +91 636 425 2164. God bless you.